Okay, welcome everyone. What we're going to be doing today is not going through a lot of technical code, but rather avoiding some of the pitfalls of AI. I titled this video Avoiding AI Slop or something like that, right? And I'm going to just go through the processes I do, the little gatekeepers I have when I'm writing AI code and what to look out for and when it is sort of best to use it and when it is not a good thing to do. So, because it's a bit of a hot topic now, like AI and everything. So, yeah. So let's get to it. Make sure we're live. Yes, we are live. That's good. Lovely, 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 lovely. Okay, cool. So, yes. Okay, let's go for it. So first, let's just make a project, right? Let's do this. So go to OBS. So I'm gonna do this this one in Python today. Yeah. So we'll just go. We'll see into my temp directory. Let's go for just a random project. So uv init rand project. That's great. Cool. Nice. That's awesome. That's amazing. So cd into it. Cd rands project. Oh no. Yep. Project. Cool. And then we'll just open it up. Let's go for Okay. Let's go through a few options. So you've got VS Code. So just code, right? And a VS Code window will open up, right? And you've got so you've got VS Code here, and all the code stuff goes right here, which is great. And then you've got the Copilot stuff, but I've also installed Claude here, so you could use either which one you want. But with so if we just get rid of Claude, you can actually use the Claude model here, but it, you'll have so many credits, so you got to use, right? Okay, and then also you can install Copilot, which I love, and then it'll do a bit of text prediction, right? And you just tab complete it. Cool. So that's one way of doing it, and it's great because you get all these things on the side here, like testing, and you can just run tests by clicking around and whatnot, which is really amazing, and honestly much more beginner friendly than some of the hardcore Vim stuff. But for me, what I do is so I'll just say, and then you can just like Git, and then the great thing about Git is you add everything, then you can commit with a generated commit message, which sometimes I just hate writing commit messages. So I'm lazy and I just do that. That's cool. Now, let's go and close that. Now, what I like to do is I like to use NeoVim and Claude. So I use VS Code when I am doing something that's like maybe not Python or Go, because I have pretty good LSPs installed. So if I'm writing a markdown file and I need to render it on the side, like NeoVim isn't great for that. Or if I'm doing some sort of database stuff, VS Code has these like inbuilt database interface things, which it just really helps. So what I'm going to do here is just open up NeoVim. I like NeoVim because you just generate AI, then you just edit everything. So what you should do is you should generate a bunch of stuff and then have good editing software to break things up or make slight tweaks. And I think Vim is great for going to exactly where you want to go and edit something. But it is a process of getting used to the shortcuts, So so first I'm going to copy the working directory. This is a little shortcut I put on my Linux thing in my aliases. So I'll open up a new terminal. And that's going to be, I'll just go cd into there. And then So I'll get rid of that for now. NearVim. Great. So that's what NearVim looks like. Let me just. So that's NearVim. Next, and you can look at all the files and you can open the file, right? And one thing I really like about like all these shortcuts, you know, I can very easily split the screen and I can, you know, maybe look at that one, right? Cool. So that's why I like NearVim. Now, what I've done actually is it took a bit of time, but I managed to do it. Was I have installed Copilot in here, right? So I can close this up. Yeah, and that's better. Now let's say I want to say hello like 5 times, right? So I can go 4. Yeah, so I've got these Copilot things here, which is great. And then yeah, it'll just run. Now actually let's go back here. So I can run it here, or I can sort of bring up a little terminal here, run it. I'm just gonna run it here for now. That's okay. So you go UV run Python main.py, and that'll set up a virtual environment for us and run the project. Then I can actually go into that virtual environment. This is like a little shortcut, SV source activate, and then I can just run it like why avoid AI in all code. Okay, that's here we've got our first comment. Yeah, so I'm not avoiding AI in code. No, I'm avoiding the AI trash in the code. Does that make sense? Like sometimes you can get AI to generate a bunch of stuff, and 80% is good, but the 20% will mess your code base up. So this stream is just about going through a bit of that and finding the good stuff, essentially. But yeah, so are you a coder yourself? Do you code? Do you trade? This channel is about coding and trading, so okay. So anyway, so Python, you can just run Python main.py. Yep, cool. So we've got that. Now, that's amazing. So what I can do is I'll just go back to the this. I'll just activate the environment here. Cool, that's fine. So that's why I use the terminal here now. Close that. Yep. Go back to this one, and then I can actually open up Claude, which I like. NearVim plus Claude, great combination. Great combination. So Claude, great. Yes, trust this folder. Let's do it. Okay, so that's Claude. That's amazing. Now my setup is I put this on the side here. Oh, yeah, I be coding as I study comp sci and I trade on the side, but don't use the two together. Well, if you are interested in putting the two together, let me know, because I have made a little 7-day course which is for people exactly in your situation. So you want to really put the two together. I'll do a little ad here, just a little plug. If you're interested, please do give me a message. Or you could go to my profile, find the links to everything here. So it's a 7-day course whereby, you know, we'll set up Python, set up the environment, and then there are 3 like main components to a trading architecture, and you being a coder would sort of very easily be able to code those up. And so day 3, day 4, we'll go through a component, and then like all the way to day 7, which is deployment. So if that is something you're curious about, I'd love to invite you to check that out. And yeah, we can maybe hop on a little diagnosis call if you're keen. But I'll put that in the chat for you. So, and I will pin it like a good, yes, pin it. It's pinned. Lovely. So do check it out, and I hope it's helpful. But let's get back to the live stream. Anyway. So, so we have our Python project here. I'm just going to close this window here for now. Actually, let's just go Q. Yep. Yes, and then I'm going to get Claude back. I just put Claude on the side here like this. Like that. Okay. So what? You're basically making a bot that trades. Not exactly. That's a component of the bot. It's a system. It's education about algo trading. So essentially, we're going to build, yes, a trader component and execution component, and then also in addition to that, you'll have a component that streams market data, manages orders. So a position keeper and an order manager. Which very important things, and then they'll talk to each other, and then also the deployment aspect of it. Yeah, and so that is the very basic intro course. So in a sense, yes to your question for that basic intro course. But sort of the more advanced things we do, more HFT stuff, bit of market making, all that crazy stuff, and making sure we understand each individual component, and then understanding communication between them. Never looked into algo trading. Mainly, I use order flow and my own discretion, so I don't know about that whole side. Oh yeah. So you're looking at the level 2, right? And then seeing if you want to. So really short-term stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's you can whip up a program pretty quickly for that, especially if you if you start doing stuff like, co-locating your servers and stuff, you can get the order book faster, and then you can make decisions faster. So that's why I would go for the algo trading, right? If you, like, say you're trading on like an exchange here in Australia, and then you co-locate it so that you've got a server in Sydney as opposed to people in America, trading from America, you got something quicker. Yeah, and then on the server you actually have your algorithm instead of the signal getting the order book, going to your computer, then you making the trade, and then the signal has to do 2 trips. But it'd be quicker if it, like, you've got a co-located server and you can just make your trading decisions in that server, which is closer to the exchange. There's a whole cool world about it. But it's all in the community. So if that is keen, I would love to help you. Would love to check it out, and yeah. Okay, so now what are we doing? We are talking about Claude. So let's do this. So I like this actually. So how about let's use Claude to make a program that streams Bitcoin data from Bybit. Let's do it so just let's see what it spits out, right? So make a program that streams order book data from Bybit. Okay. let's do this. Make a program that streams audiobook data from Bybit. So, okay, make a program that streams audiobook data from Bybit. Let's just say BTC USD. Cool. Yeah. So always be careful about auto accepting things. So you can go, yes, allow all edits during the session. I'd be super, like I do it, but I'd be super careful about it. So you just want to hit, so you sort of let AI do this, but read everything, right? And make sure it makes sense as well. So what it's got to do first is just, you know, add the WebSockets dependency. Yes, let's do it. Cool. This is a lot here. So this, connecting to the Bybit stream, depth, and then render order book. So yeah, and then it stores it in like prints it in a string. Yep, cool. Local order book. Okay, so string. I'd be a bit skeptical about that. I don't want the. I don't know if I want them to be strings, you know, maybe floats. So that you just remember where Claude might screw things up, and just make sure you come back to fix those. So it looks like an async thing here. Cool. So this is great. This would have taken us a while to do. Now it'll do it, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just edit it, right? We're gonna edit what's going on. Okay, so yes. UV add WebSockets, yeah. So we want that. Cool. It's added that. Connects to Bybit, handles that. Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay. So what AI has done is it's created a bunch of stuff here. Which is great, but we don't know if it works or doesn't work. It looks good, but just always double check it. Always double check it. And sometimes maybe when you're working as well, the like you have a working program, but perhaps you're working, and then the Jira ticket or whatever the specifications were a particular thing, and then maybe the AI does the job, and maybe it does the best job. But your job is to make sure whatever code you produce fits the specification, even if it is suboptimal. So you need to make sure your final product fits the specification. So that's something to keep in mind there. But anyway, let's restart the LSB here. So lsb.restart. Cool, and then. So import WebSockets could not be resolved. So maybe sometimes just close it. It's weird. Okay, let's go SV. Something is up, right? UV sync. So just making sure all the dependencies are installed. Yep. Why is that? Couldn't find it. Yeah, sometimes the LSB on NeoVim is a bit. I wanted to lsb.restart, and it doesn't. So it's okay. Just close it. Open it up again. Oh, that's upsetting. Missing imports. Yeah, sometimes you might need to okay. You need to get your LSP to point to the virtual environment, so sometimes it's a bit make a pi. So sometimes I don't remember what configuration files look like, so this is a good time to use Claude. Little tasks, simple little tasks. Make a pywrite config file. Yeah, so type checking strict. I mean, okay, we could do that. Cool. Let's see if that changed anything. Because we imported. Oh. Yikes, it's a bit too strict, right? At least it solved the WebSocket problem. That's okay. So type of is partially unknown. Okay. Can we do something a bit like chill? Basic. I like that. Yeah, better. Chill, 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 chill. Okay, that's fine. I like that better. It's not as crazy there. So when you want to make config files, I use AI for that. Yeah, which is great. Now we're gonna see if this actually works, right? So you go Python main.py. Yeah, okay, cool. It actually works. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yep. Yeah. Okay, that's weird actually. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good actually. That's actually really nice. So it makes a working program. Now, this is great. This is, so you could give this to someone and be like, yo, this is just a black box program that does exactly what I want. But it is just one file with everything in it. So say if you want to add something later, so maybe you want to make multiple symbols or things like that, you have to add to this gigantic file, which can be a bit which you can do, but it just messes with your head essentially. It messes with your head. So what we want to do is sort of maybe make this a little bit more organized and structured. So that is why I like NeoVim, because AI has something functional here, but this just is good. This just works. So let's start editing some of this stuff. So to me, it looks like you've got render order book. You've got stream order book here. Yeah. Yeah. So you got that. Now, and the thing is, and then also you haven't really separated. So yeah. So maybe we can think about this here. So we want to make this main file not as big, right? So we can make a file, maybe see if we can do this. So let's so we can do this. Let's go for rendering. Okay, cool. So rendering. So I'm just going to take that and put it here. And then, oh, my bad. Yeah. Clear screen, not found. So I'm just refactoring things. And so here's clear screen. So just take that. Wait, that there. And so we need to import OS. Yeah. Cool. So that's looking good. That's looking good. That's great. That's great. So we're just breaking things up essentially, and just format it now. Okay, great. Great. So stream order book, which is so render order book. So what is that? Where does that come from? So render order book. Great. So we just imported it here, but it's saying, there's no rendering resolved. So what we can do is we just put one of these in, the init file. So, like, even though we have a working program, I'm just making it nicer for our brains, right? Okay. Cool, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So it's done that. And then, so maybe I can make another file that's like, you know, streaming. Now I could have asked AI just to chuck, do this, right? So that's it manually, but how about I just use AI to refactor it? So in we can just go main, refactor stream order book to a stream.py file. So do that. Yes. Do you want to create a stream.py? Yeah. So I want to do that. And it's going to delete main, which is great. Cool. That was pretty simple task. So let's go back to this. Cool. So stream. Yeah. So we have, where's our stream? Yeah. So it put all that stuff there, which is great. Yeah. Nice. Now, now these are constants here. Now they're set, like, pretend they were settings to a strategy, right? So what I would do is I would make a I would load them sort of in an env file, right? So for example, yeah, so maybe you'd put them in an environment file, like a dot. So like that. Like an env file. But I usually, like, when I push things to GitHub, I usually hide the env file. So I'm just going to call this strategy. I'm going to call it strategy. Dot env. Yeah. And what I want to do now is I just want to go uv add Python. It's python.env. Yeah, that's great. Now, so I want to what do I want to do? So I want to put these ones in here. Paste. Yep. Now I'm going to load the env stuff. So how we could do this is we could make another one called, let's just say env loader. Okay, cool. Which is awesome. Does anyone have any questions? Actually, we've been streaming for a bit of time. Let me check the time. Things are going well, I think. So yeah, bit of time. Okay, any questions, anyone? Let me check the stream. How are things going? If not, okay, any questions? Any questions at all? Happy to answer them. Happy to answer them. But in any case, we might continue then if there are no questions. So let's make this. So I'm gonna set so make in strategy in the env loader make a class that loads the you know what, let's not make a class, just function. Let's not do class. Make a function that loads the... Oh no, you want a class. No. You know what? Let's just start out making it. So let's do it like this. So we go class equals, just go env. So the env, I don't know, loader. Okay, so let's just call it envs, actually. Let's call it envs. And what I want to do, maybe I'll make it a data class. Okay, so, oh no, maybe not a data class. Oh yeah. Yeah, we could do data. We could do it like this. From data class, import data classes, and we also want to import the Python. So from dot env load. Yep, cool. So let's say we want depth. What was it? Depth. Just make it an empty string. Oh no. I'll just say 0 for now. symbol. What's the other one? URL. Cool. So yeah, that's great. Then we can make a function. It's like def.load. Okay, cool. We do that. So it'll load the environment variables there. Just import OS. Cool. Does that make sense to everyone? Dot and could not be resolved. Why not? Data class imported but unused. Oh, yeah. Okay, that looks fine. So does everyone understand this class here? What it does? So it'll, yeah. Maybe make everything a string. Any questions at all? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, cool. So we're doing that, and then we're gonna go back to here, right? What we can do is stream order book. So we'll have a little bit of a setup here, right? So what it's gonna do is so we're gonna make a new envs here, like that. Yep, great. And so we need to load the envs. Cool, that's great. And now, essentially, we can just envs, right? So that's cool. So this is just making things a bit more structured. I mean, AI did make a program that does this stuff, but it's important to just make sure things are sort of human readable and friendly, because, you know, at the end of the day, humans are coding, right? And then, okay, in nearvim, you just go bracket D to go to the next error, and then just envs, yep. And then that's it. So that's it. Okay, now, yeah, so I like this because it sort of hides away some of the complexity here in here. Now, if I wanted to, like there's a lot of parsing. So what one could do is maybe like put these in functions here. So you'd go if topic, continue, and then you've got some data. If snapshot, do all this stuff, or, you know, if delta, do this, right? So a good design could have been, could be something like this, right? Handle, like a function that says like handle deltas, you know, handle delta, right? A function you call like that, right? And then same here, you go handle topic and just continue. So that is sort of, yeah, cool thing to do. Now, which is great. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Now now it's important that we modified everything. Make sure it runs. So it didn't work. Why not? No. Oh dear. 404. So that's okay. It's saying 404 not found, so maybe there's something wrong with the URL. Yes, because we didn't load the we need to say load the yeah, so .env path, right? So you should put the path in, right? So by default it loads this one, but let's just load the strategy one. So you should always check it works, right? Yeah, so that's what we want. Great. Okay, great, cool. Next, next, I think last thing we can talk about, or maybe I should leave this in the next stream. I want to talk a little about testing and using AI for it, but I think we've been streaming long enough. So I think I'll leave it here for now, and I guess in the next one we will talk a little bit about testing. Okay, thank you everyone, and I hope you have a lovely day.